Liv? Liv?
I'm here.
Where?
I'm here.
Where are you?
We're using sedation and medication to help reduce brain swelling. He came to us unresponsive, and we expect him to remain in that state for the next 24 to 48 hours while his body heals.
I can't remember overtly, but I think because that theme affected me enough that I think there's a strain in there, a strand in there throughout the season to a certain degree. Yeah, I thought it was a very powerful beat, and also a callback to, that's one of the things that Stabler maybe carries with him, which is all those years on SVU, that was never discussed, never brought up, never addressed. But but when I was doing research for Elliot Stabler at the very beginning with SVU, and I spoke to some of the real SVU detectives, I felt as though I felt that on them, that no matter how much good they do, there's always a crime to come that is they can't wrap their heads around, and it's the ones you can't save. Getting back on the bicycle. I mean, it's just really just a short-handed, a love affair, professional admiration, mutual admiration. We just speak the same language, and we just cut to the chase of what it is we're trying to accomplish in the scene, in the arc, whatever it may be. That's a great question. Why don't you just leave it there? Because that's, it's all there for, I think we and the writers are trying to find a satisfying way home. We just don't know what that home is.
How does he feel about her?
Next question.
Does he know how he feels about her completely, or there's so much wrapped up in their history?
I think there could be a whole new spin-off on unpacking that. I think it's wrapped up in how he's wired, how he's built, his Catholicism, the commitments he's made, and promises, and complicated. Stay tuned. Well, I just think that's a weight that is left unsaid, unturned for now. But yeah, I thought Michael Trotter, who plays my brother Joe Jr., really does bring a chaotic, unsettled, edgy, agitated energy and unsettled, and I think that Stabler obviously recognized that. He just, as a detective, he's like, this is not just a weird, bad behavior. This is now graduated to a very dangerous place. So I think he's always worried. How does Stabler feel? That gets all laid out, splayed out throughout the season. I don't think he's thrilled. But, everyone's got to do what they feel they should do. And I just don't think Stabler feels that's the correct fit for him. But he's proud of him. So, again, it's complicated.
How does he feel though when he runs into him on the job? Because that's when it really gets complicated, and then I'm assuming maybe Belle steps in if she needs to?
Yeah, that's messy. I don't think Stabler's, I think he had that same kind of dynamic with Benson there for a second on the SVU, where it was, You know, if he's too close with someone, he doesn't operate well. I think that's always in the back of his mind. I'm very proud of that monologue, by the way. That was it. So, and I thought he did a great job with it. But I think that's always in the back of his mind. Well, why is it you're doing what you're doing? You know, is it worth it? But if you go, what's being left undone? You know, if you're a guy who has this weird "I want to save the world" complex, probably very difficult.
What would he even do? Like, does he even know what he would do after this job? That's the thing.
Go back to Italy. Grow grapes.